Hello, everyone. Let's get started. So last week we ended with marginal product of labor and average product of labor, which is like this. Okay. Um, so here in this week, you're gonna encounter some question like the following. If the firm is facing a market and the firm has the average product and marginal product in slide 2, okay? If this firm is facing a market with a fair salary level per labor at $60 per hour, and the unit price of each product being $2, and the question is, what is the most reasonable amount of laborers to employ, namely, so that this firm can maximize its profit? Okay. So here, if you could recall, please allow me to remind you of this conclusion, which is that in order to maximize the profit, what should we do? The gold rule for this is that we should ensure that marginal benefit or marginal revenue is kind of benefit, equals to marginal cost. Right? Revenue is your income, is the positive gain to you. Benefit is also a positive gain. So I'll just say marginal benefit or marginal revenue equals to marginal cost. In this context, that is revenue. Okay. All right. So here, then the question is, what is your decision? In this problem, okay, your decision is on how many laborers to hire, to employ, right? And then what is the marginal revenue from hiring each labor? Well, here, from 0 to 1, by hiring this one additional labor, this one labor can produce 10 units of product, which is the marginal product. Okay, so this marginal product accurately reports the working efficiency, if you will, of this laborer, of the first laborer, which is 10 units of output, right? And for the second one, now the total output increases to 30 from 10. So the increment in output is 20. That is to say, the second worker that you employ produces 20 units of output, right? And the third one, now look at 3, your total output increases from 30 to 60. The increment in output due to the employment of the third worker is 30. All right. So here, the marginal product actually tells you how many more output can each laborer produce, right? So that's kind of gain from the employment of each worker. But here, that is not dollar value. So we need to convert this into dollar value, right? So here we introduce a concept which is the value of marginal product. Okay, so in this case, we say each product is priced at $2. Then here we can actually increase a column, which is called value of marginal product, and that is nothing surprising by using the output, the amount multiplied by the unit price. So here for the first labor, which produces 10 units of output, the value it creates is 10 by unit price, which is 220, right? So that is the true marginal revenue. So here in this context, marginal revenue is value of marginal product. And here we are looking at how many labor to hire. So that's the marginal product of labor. I hope that makes sense. So basically, marginal product is the amount, right? How many output can be increased by hiring each additional unit of labor, but that's output, that's number of output, right? That's books, how many books you have, but each book has a certain price. So in order to see the pecuniary value created from each additional labor hired, we need to convert that into its market value, namely price multiplied by the marginal product of the corresponding level of employment. Okay, now look at this question. Okay, the fair salary level per labor is $60. What is that? Well, you're hiring a worker, right? And to hire a worker, to do it legally, you need to pay them salary. So the salary is basically the cost that you have to incur to support your production by the employment of each additional unit of labor, right? So in this case, marginal cost, that is the cost of hiring a labor, namely the salary rate, which is 60, or the wage rate. That's why I use W standing for wage. Okay, so marginal cost is 60. Marginal revenue is value of marginal product, which is here, the unit price by marginal product, and the unit price is 2. Okay, therefore, when the profit is optimized, when the profit is maximized, marginal revenue equals to marginal cost. That is to say, 2 multiplied by MPL equals to 60. And here we can calculate the corresponding MPL, which is 30. And what does this 30, how can we utilize this 30 to help us figure out the optimal level, the profit maximizing level of employment of labor? Well, you know MPL equals to 30. You go back to this chart. Well, MPL is here, 30. So that means the profit maximizing labor is supposed to be 3. Okay, here we have the conclusion. Profit maximizing level of employment should be 3 laborers. Hopefully this explains. It is basically just an application of this, what I call the gold rule of profit maximization, which is marginal revenue equals to marginal cost. Okay, but you need to understand marginal revenue is not just marginal product. Instead, it is the pecuniary value of marginal product. Thank you.